Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. What do the trees want to talk about today? All right, so I'm always excited to hang out with the trees. I feel like it's a reward for powering up, for doing that podcast. And I've already picked the tree angel that's going to be with us today, but I haven't looked at it. I'm down to 5. I was down to like 5 tree angels. I've gone through the whole tree angel oracle deck by Fred Hagenader and Anne Hang. And so I just picked with my left hand, my intuitive feminine hand, and I just decided to pick which card felt hot. So, which caught. And so I have the tree angel already, but I had this thing where when I said, what do the trees want to talk about today? I reached over and grabbed the Soul Trees Oracle deck by Allison Williams Yee that I keep my Archangel sigils in. I'm going to put those on top of my gold Metatron sacred geometry thing, Metatron's cube. And I've been connecting more, trying to be more, I want to say respectful or aware of Metatron, but I'm also sassy about things. So I sat down and I said, okay, I'll keep you on the table. Show yourself to me. And he says, and at the same time shows me a mountain, and he says, I'm the mountain, remember, and you're climbing me. So I have a lot of mountainous references in my life right now, synchronistic, and even in the books that I'm reading, the I Am Word books, which I'm on the 4th one, we're climbing a mountain in that book as well. And in our lives, we climb mountains. So anyways, I don't know if we'll get any trees that like to be on and near mountains, but there's definitely some mountain energy. But I thought before we were introduced to our tree angel for today, we would pick some of these Soul Trees cards saying what we like to say on usually Thursdays. What do the trees want to talk about today? And then it'll just be like shits and giggles if these cards vibe with the tree angel card. So anyways, we're just going to delay that gratification just for a few minutes, finding out the tree angel, and shuffle these soul trees and see what do the trees want to talk about today. Change and possibilities came out together. So very cool. We want to talk about change and possibilities. So that was a pretty good answer. Put the deck over there. Yeah, change and possibilities. For the love of God, please, baby Jesus. 3.5 pound baby Jesus, please help me change. I even have this book that's been on the back of my bedstand. And I don't have that many books behind me to read right now, but the ones I do are, I feel important for me right now. And one of them that I have not picked up in a couple weeks is Change Me Prayers by Tasha Silver. And it's like, change me into the person who can be joyful despite circumstances. Change me into a person who keeps their eye on the possibilities, not just the fucking prize, but the possibilities, because sometimes it's like you get to the point where you don't really see anything as a prize because you've had too many surprises, and now nothing surprises you, and it's kind of taken the fun out of even thinking you want anything. So these possibilities, sometimes possibilities is a little bit more easier to set your sights on, you know. And actually, when was that? We were talking about the what if game. Was that just with our power up? What if this happened? What if that? What if I could change into somebody stronger? What if I could really start to enjoy my life? What if magic to me became very tangible? What if the herbs, you know, taught me something new today? What if I could put my hand on a tree and receive the message? What if, whatever your what ifs are. The trees want to talk about change and possibilities. Okay, I feel totally right now is the time to see who our tree angel is, and it is White Willow. And she is holding a ball, maybe the moon. She's got these hanging breasts above the ball. She's older, but she's still very much just exuding this feminine wisdom. And this ball that it almost looks like it's like a waterfall down into another moon. So I'm kind of getting like as above, so below vibes off of this. It's a white willow, so there definitely should be a lot of flow. It has so much to do with the water realm and emotions. And so, yeah, it makes sense. Actually, now that I pick it up, there's 3 moons. There's one above her head, too, at only half of it, only half a moon. So there's this message of alignment and flow, and it's number 18, which adds up to a 9, which for me is always a number of completion. And so, yeah, now that we complete a lot of cycles, I think tomorrow is the new moon. What can we bring in to change? What possibilities now are possible because of the fact that we've finished up some old cyclic shit? Now, 18 is her number. White Willow is her name. And the oracle poem from this book says, "Don't think, just ask, just dance. Move through life like a drop of water, falling, flowing, rising, drifting. Free your boundaries. Fly, dive, run, stop, but always reflect the light." So yeah, a lot of movement. I literally just took a brisk walk with my son. It was cold, like we should have wore hats, but it felt good to be outside. It felt good to move. It felt good to flow. Also, just yesterday or the day before, my bestie Osceola Oracle texted me that Neptune was moving out of retrograde, and that, you know, things should get better. And apparently Neptune has been in retrograde for like 5 months. And I literally posted on I use Instagram to send it over to Facebook. So I've been posting stories, and I shared that message, you know, so your life should feel better now if it sucked for the last 6 months. And then I went down 2 spaces and I just wrote dance. So, and I've been dancing a lot. Dancing has saved me energetically. Music is my medicine, 1000%. Like, I absolutely need it. And there's nothing quicker than music to pull me out of any type of stagnation or funk, and to literally get the waters flowing within me. So don't think, don't ask, just dance. Move through life. Yeah, be water, flow. Like a drop of water. You're falling, you're flowing, you're rising, you're drifting. Free your boundaries. Your boundaries to be yourself. Now, on the other hand, I'm like practicing severe boundaries with outsiders, but this is talking about you. You don't need to have a container anymore. You're water. Let yourself flow where the fuck ever. You know, it's like if you've been holding yourself, limiting yourself, like I can only dance within the kitchen. Oh, we're going to start dancing everywhere. Fly, dive, run, stop. But always reflect the light. So whatever you're doing, reflect the light. And that's the ball that she's holding. or moon, it feels like a moon, is just reflecting outward light, dripping, flowing, falling light. It's just so lighted. Absolutely. The white willow belongs to the moon and feminine magic. And so if you did just listen or didn't, maybe you would like to now just go back one episode and listen to Power Up, Nurturing Intuition and Remembrance, because there's a lot of feminine energy in that. And the white willow belongs to the moon and feminine magic. Insight, the healing arts, only you can heal yourself, music and magic all gather together beneath this tree. Witches may dance beneath its crown, but the willow invites all humans to join the dance of life joyfully. So if you've followed me and hung out with me for this is episode 425. You have probably heard me tell the story about the first tree that I connected with as a child was a willow tree. And we played together. The moon is full, round, and molten in the sky. Beneath her, everything moves to the circular rhythm of life. The drums beat, deep and arousing. Feel your heat, your fire. Awaken your desire, your willingness. Pass from intoxication into ecstasy. Caress the moon, the willow. Leap through the woods. Allow your fingers to glide through fragrant hair. Feel a silky touch on your own skin. Air, water, light, the body of another. Kiss. Open your mouth and release your rapture. Dance faster. Yield your pounding blood to the divine will. Feel your ecstasy growing. Your tears of joy can heal the earth. As they sink into the earth, follow them with your consciousness while your feet dance to the heartbeat of the planet. The goddess awakens, and you with her. Dang. But also in stillness and silence, you pulse with the tree. It is time to listen to one another. It is time to listen to your dreams, to show more empathy, to trust in your intuition. And it is time to practice spiritual healing, Reiki, and other forms of energetic exchange. So white willow's coming in with it's like a feminine powwow going on here. Was that like poetic magic? This guidebook is friggin' just incredible today. So whether we are in stillness or in movement, the white willow always incites us to free ourselves, to enthuse, to be ecstatic, and sometimes to enter into a wild, passionate frenzy. And even if all of a sudden you stop, the white willow reminds you to always reflect the light. If if the power of the willow is not allowed to blossom within us, so if you are holding yourself back, not letting yourself flow, those self-imposed boundaries are severe, then we are inclined to overemphasize rational behavior. We mull over everything at length and lack sympathy and understanding. So even logical and rational thinking is virtually impossible to achieve without some regular relaxation, letting go, and good release, like movement, dancing. White Willow says we need to stop hiding ourselves behind our duties, to stop worshiping ridiculous status symbols, stop adopting inflexible morals and making value judgments. We need to find our passion again. So, I mean, that's why it's like, I would love to dance like with other people somewhere, but like also right now just in my kitchen's fine by myself. Like I'm really on the solo path right now. But wouldn't it be nice to, like, when I went down to Asheville with my mom, they had a drum circle that we visited, and they have it like every week, and people are just like letting loose. Not everybody, there are some just watchers, you know, but just the fact that they have like more than 20 people, you know, together, like a couple dozen people, like all on the same page. And then the other day, a couple days ago, I saw like, I never like watch Facebook stories, how they try to market those to you. Like I just usually scroll past them. But this one, I clicked and even turned the volume up because I was like, what is going on here? This dude, like on it said, would you join this guy at the park? This dude walked in to a very crowded park. Like the parks around here don't look like that. But like there was people everywhere, and he was carrying like 2 boom boxes, speakers, and he was playing this music, and then people just flocked to him like crazy. Like he walked to the center and everybody just like flocked. So many people flocked and just started jamming and dancing around this music and instantly having a good time. Like there was no thought, there was no decision for some of these people. It just music, dance. This affirmation minute is brought to you from our sweet herb of the week, cinnamon. I feel safe, warm, and loved. I acknowledge my inner fires and use my strength to direct my destiny. I take a stand for my whole authentic self. I am full of inspiration and sexual creativity. It is with my intent that I create abundance. I supercharge my energy. My power rekindles the magic in my life. I feel safe, warm, and loved. I acknowledge my inner fires and use my strength to direct my destiny. I take a stand for my whole authentic self. I am full of inspiration and sexual creativity. It is with my intent that I create abundance. I supercharge my energy. My power rekindles the magic in my life. And so it is. Alright, but I've never danced before. Well, let me remind you that the trees today, when I talk about change and possibility, change. Could you change into a person who does not hold back their joy? Could you change into the possibility of someone who is uninhibited? You know, you don't have to act completely insane like I do, but you know, maybe you want to. All right, so I'm reaching up, kind of mindlessly grabbing the Spirit of Nature Oracle, Ancient Wisdom from the Green Man. So that's kind of funny because like we got a lot of feminine energy. Maybe Green Man too would like to have something to say today. And I was like thinking, how am I putting these cards everywhere? It matters only to me now because I have quit. I'm not posting any more pictures on the Instagram Herb Oracle. I decided the other day it's not worth my time and I'm done. So use your imagination or buy the deck if you'd like to see what these cards look like, because I'm winding down, you guys. We're on our 50th, cinnamon this week is our 56th herb of the week. And I have committed to Spirit to doing 64. So do the math. That's how much longer I'll be around. And I just feel like posting pictures is something that I can cut out at this point. All right, so Green Man is bringing in Gooseberry. Ooh, I love this big old vase underneath this gooseberry bush with these really fun looking leaves. I feel like it has, at first I thought it had two different leaves, but I think those are the green berries in the drawing. They're pretty big. They seem rather large in this picture. All right, so let me grab the guidebook here. This deck is from John Matthews and Will Worthington. And Gooseberry. Of course, I think these are not in our alphabet. They're just in however they want. They're in the tree alphabet, the Nordic. They have them in a set order. So give me a moment here while I look for the gooseberry. I love the empty. I keep on wanting to call it an urn, but it's like a big old, maybe it is like a bowl for gathering gooseberries, but it's fancy and it's empty, which I feel like reiterates the message of possibilities, because sometimes you have to completely empty out in order to refill with something new. So it's like, yeah, it's okay if you've given up hope on everything. Awesome, you're a clean slate now. Gooseberry, the Green Man wisdom coming in says, the ancestors walked the way before you. Do you think you're the first one to have heartache? Do you feel like you're the first one to realize this? Like, your ancestors have like been there, done that. So that's kind of cool, because like they want you to call on them for support. They want you to heal yourself so that will also assist in their healing that maybe they didn't get a chance to. So it's like, yeah, heartache ain't nothing new, but guess what is? The possibilities that people are going to bounce hard and up from their pain. They're going to let go of it, and that, not having that weight to hold them down, they're going to soar. They're going to change into this incredible potential, and that helps heal your lineage. So ancestral wisdom embraces the most profound levels of knowledge and lore available to us. So Gooseberry's all about the ancestors, and kind of like, just like Mugwort from our Power Up wanted us to like kind of get into like a trance to connect into that feminine energy and that wisdom, so do the ancestors, such as the shamans, right? Get into that state of being that they did, where they can access stored information, wisdom, knowledge, right? That's also available to you through them and through yourselves. So the fruit of the gooseberry was once used to ease women in labor. So talk about possibilities and change and bringing forth new energy. The gooseberry bush, sacred to various goddesses of childbirth, particularly the Celtic Bridget. So she has been around me lately through cards and fire. Celtic Brigitte, who according to a later tradition became the midwife of Jesus, I don't know, that's what it says here, and the Roman Juno, mother of gods. The association of the gooseberry with ancestral lore presumably derives from this connection with birthing, for it is said to bring the heritage of the ancestors into the newborn infant. So, the Gooseberry Wife. Here's a little gooseberry lore. The trees want to tell us a story. So sometimes the Gooseberry Wife sometimes appears as a large, hairy caterpillar and is used as a threat for badly behaved children. If you go out at night, the Gooseberry Wife will get you. It's a saying found on the Isle of Man. In Cornwall, the gooseberry was used to cure what? Oh gosh, you'll never fucking know, because I just got a phone call which interrupted my recording. Anyone else like wish they would have never in a billion years given anyone their phone number? I have always regretted giving out my phone number. Every single time. Okay. Anyways, you want to know what gooseberry was traditionally used to cure? Styes. Yeah. Whereby a thorn was pointed at the eye with the words, away, 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 repeated over and over until the inflammation vanished. Which is funny because, like, sometimes styes can last a few days. So that's a lot of thorn pointing at the eye saying, away, away, away. The gooseberry's thorny nature meant that in Germany it was planted around cow sheds to fend off witches or fairies. The spines themselves, which protect the fruit, can be seen as a symbolic statement of the fruits of ancient wisdom that in the mysteries are protected from discovery. All right, so gooseberry coming in with just, I guess, an added message into like knowing that every thought, word, dream, and idea is held for us in the realm of the ancestors. And so whenever we say things like, I have access to infinite intelligence, you really actually do. So when you need to answer a question, or even if it's a profound question or a need, Gooseberry is saying, resort to this realm, resort to this realm. And then White Willow's chiming in, and don't you think you could get out of your mind long enough through dance, through movement, through ecstatic, this like pleasure that you can get from moving your body. That's how you can get out of your mind a little bit and into knowledge and into intuition. So if you're having trouble changing, if you're having trouble, like, I don't know, like you just feel like you're stuck, like it's not flowing, like you're trying to do your best to reflect light in everything you do, and you are for the most part, but like you really could use some energetic magical oomph push. Think about moving your body. Think about what you can do to move that stagnation, that sty. Only you can heal yourself. All right, so we're just going to do all the tree decks, I guess, today because I missed the trees. The Wisdom of the Trees Oracle by Jane Struthers. These are cute little cards. Anything that this deck would like to add? All right, we've got Olive. We've got Olive with that cute little owl, and it has its tiny little vase and its teapot and its seashell. All three are considered to me open vessels. They hold, whether it's the shell being a home for the snail, the little vase being a home for the little twigs and flowers, branches, or the teapot holding the water, making us healing herbal teas. So let's see what Olive has to say. I like that we had the gooseberry, and now the olive is also in this deck part of the flower, fruit, and seed suit, right? So the olives are like salty little berries. Are they salty before they're put in brine? What do olives taste like right off the tree? I have no idea because, I don't live around olive trees. But the olive deva says the olive branch is a universal symbol of peace. So let me show you how to create a greater sense of harmony in your own life and to invest all your actions with sanctity and significance. So that makes me very happy, especially when it comes in with the Gooseberry Wife. If you're having any type of difficulty with your relationships with your family or your children, the olive is coming in with harmony and peace and sanctity. So the olive is a very special tree to everybody, especially Greek mythology. Believed to be the mother tree of all olives. There's a tree in Erechtheum, which within the Acropolis in Athens. Remarkably, what is thought to be a descendant of that tree still grows there. It could be. Or it could be like the Punxsutawney Phil groundhog. But We've been through like a lot of groundhogs, but it's still all fill. All right. The oil, olive oil, the oil pressed from the original tree's fruits is burnt continually in a consecrated lamp placed next to the tree. And olive oil is still a constituent of holy oil in a variety of religions. The medicinal uses of olive oil include lowering blood pressure and reducing abdominal spasms. And I personally would put olive oil on a sty before putting a thorn in front of my eyeball, screaming at the sty to go away. I don't know why I have to hold on to that. But the Olive Deva says, create a small area in your home that is sacred to you. Decorate it with special objects and spend time there each day, either sitting quiet in contemplation or meditating, and honor this space and keep it special. So I have a couple places like that because I can do that. I can do that. Hashtag single girl life or single girl perks. I mean, you ain't got no husband to put any of his stupid shit anywhere. You can have as many sacred spaces as you want. Stop being so critical of yourself is also another message coming in with Olive. Continually finding fault with your own actions, your appearance, or your words is draining your energy. So that might be something you want to change. Possibilities to embrace having a safe space within your own mind, having better self-esteem, having more self-love. If you always do the very best that you can, you will have no reason to chastise yourself. So that's like White Willow said, no matter what you're doing, always reflect the light. Always reflect the light. That is truly doing the very best you can do. Ooh, yeah. So always reflect the light. This White Willow angel lady is sitting, meditating, and she is reflecting the light. If you're picking gooseberries, reflect the light. If you're setting up an altar, reflect the light. Now I see there's a little white feather in that olive tree hole with the little owl. Really cute. Always reflect the light. Then you will start to see yourself change. Then you will start to see the possibilities open forth right in front of you. So let's end with a Celtic tree attunement. This deck is by Sherilyn Hidalgo. Okay, here we go. Let's see who we got. I'm so excited. It is Ash. Slightly with a little reverse vibe here. I saw it in my hand reversed first, and it actually looks really cool. So even if you're upside down, kind of looks like it's hanging, kind of a little hanged man vibe here. Yeah, actually, I think I was definitely supposed to see it upside down, because here's what's so cool. It's reflecting the light. It's upside down, reflecting the light, but the lower leaves are dark and the light is at the top. So it's like a gradient in the color, the ombre from dark green to light green, almost a light yellow, white. And there's like a flow of white, sparkly energy coming across the top of it, which is actually underneath it now because it's reversed. So why is it reversed though? I kind of am always curious when I definitely can't ignore that something is reversed. And Ash says, perhaps you are struggling with an addiction that has gotten you into trouble and have hit your bottom. So at first you might think, well, I guess I have been sneaking out, having more cigarettes than usual. But then that's not actually what you're addicted to. You're actually addicted to the pain. You're actually addicted to the pain in your life, of feeling bad for yourself, of feeling sorry. You got addicted to self-sabotage. Maybe it was caused because another one decided to put knives in your already knifed up back, and you're like, well, fuck it. If everybody else wants to kill me, let's join in. The more the merrier. So whatever your physical addiction is, think about what's really behind it. You can get addicted to pretty much anything. But if you feel like you're at the bottom now and you're done with it, if you've been attempting to medicate your pain rather than face it, Ash says, know that there are great riches awarded to those who are willing to finally deal with their own demons. It is time to think about a strategy for healing and to ask for help. None of us are meant to go it alone. And sometimes you just got to be like, all right, enough is enough. Okay? Enough is enough. You may be feeling isolated. Your loneliness can become incapacitating. In truth, you are not separate and can never be. You never can be separate. You're never alone. Take a walk in nature, looking with your inner eyes and listening with your inner ears. This will help you to understand that you are a part of a greater whole and that there is much to receive and much to offer. So I just 100% love that Ash said that, because that's literally what we just powered up with nurturing, giving and receiving, and fixing our inability to receive if that's a problem. If we have a challenge receiving, figure out why. Whatever made you think you weren't worth it to receive a gift, to receive energy, to receive love. Like, you're part of it. You're part of the all. Sometimes we suffer because we feel so much. It's like we feel too much. Sometimes life is beyond our understanding. Like, we just literally cannot wrap our minds around why someone would treat us like that. You just cannot understand it. If you are psychic and sympathetic, it can be hard for you. This is a good time to learn some basic strategies for psychic protection. Tears can be a release when you feel the pain of the world. Prayer, meditation, and connection to your source can relieve suffering and bring renewal and a greater sense of understanding. So these are definitely possibilities and the change that the trees wanted to talk about today. And then finally, Ash says, ask yourself if you are saying yes too often in self-sacrificing for others. Are you acting like a doormat or a martyr? If so, receiving Ash reversed may be a call to set up boundaries and practice saying no. And that's what I'm talking about, you guys, y'all. I don't want nobody except for my kids in my house with me right now. Like, I just don't want to give anything to anybody right now unless I'm inspired and called to. And guess what? I fucking don't feel it. And you know what? It's not like I'm being cruel. It's just I have depleted my energy so much, literally being a doormat. People have literally wiped their feet on my face. Energetically, it's been so harsh. Takers that take and did not even care the wreck that they left. That's actually not their fault. It's mine for ever letting them in. I get it. But then also Ash is saying, and Gooseberry and White Willow and Olive is saying, and don't be so hard on yourself about that. Forgive yourself. You weren't doing it to destroy yourself. You literally thought what you were doing was nice. And you enjoyed, and if you want to be honest, you enjoyed giving. You did. All right. So anyways, Ash is all about the world tree, which is cool because we just pulled Olive. It's about dolphins and mermaids and water sprites and runes and Odin and the three fates and the Oracle of Delphi. There's a lot of energy with the ash tree. This is us seeing ourselves as part of the larger world and going within the macrocosm and the microcosm. Reflections, mirrors, uniting inner and outer worlds, as above, so below, which is exactly the energy that the white willow made me feel right from the beginning. This as above, so below. Reflecting the light. That's the type of mirror that you want to be. Yeah, sometimes when you act nasty to someone who's acting nasty to you, you're also a mirror in that moment. Like, oh, watch how good I am to reflect asshole back to you. Surprise, surprise, I'm even better than you are at being ruthless, right? But is that how you want to keep moving forward? Spitting and taking names and throwing mean ass hooks in people's faces? No, I don't care how good you are. We are going to change now into the possibility of only reflecting light. Let that be what is reflected at you. And here's something too that's very interesting. That mother trucker who did not respect your light could not see it in themselves because they do not have the ability to see light. They don't know how to reflect light yet, but you do. You do. That whole like be the change you want to see in the world, that is this moment right here. That is what we're talking about. Reflecting the light. You're actually at a place where you can consciously, deliberately choose what you want to reflect. It's been automatic probably in the past. Like you're like, I don't know why I'm so mean to her. I'm just reflecting back her nastiness, right? Maybe I don't know why I'm so nice to her. She's just such a sweetheart. But like now, instead of just being on autopilot reflection, you can choose. And ash is encouraging you, and white willow and gooseberry and olive to reflect the light. Reflect the light. So, Odin's energy is here. The Norse god Odin hung for 9 days and nights. And remember, we did just get the number 9 with white willow. And then he got the runes. So he was rewarded with the runes. Surrender and compassion are this tree's message. Surrender and compassion as it reaches us about receptivity and intuition. And didn't we just pull the burdock card on Tuesday with tarot? More runes, more energy. My runes are downstairs right now. But I've been called to make a wooden set, and I feel like that would be a good project for me. My little shithead inside of me just said, or someone could gift me one. Yeah, but like I do have wooden discs and a wood burner. Like, Sadie, please. Ash invites us to dive deep into our own inner wisdom. It is here that we meet the mystery. So now we're going within again. The ancestors wanted us to go within. White willow, the shamans, within. Dance, receive the messages, hang upside down from a tree. Oh my God, Odin, you crazy man. This is the place of enchantment and magic. Going within. It is here that we meet the mystery, our own inner wisdom. So we have the influence of water and the magic of the water sprites and mermaids, which is just perfect with the white willow. We follow the cycles of the moon. We drift into dreams and visions and reverie. So this is why we are finishing up with ash. So it is time for you to connect, to expect to connect with your own inner tree, which represents your center and connects you with your inner world and the outer world. So as above, so below, your inner tree. Are you excited? This is a place of great guidance. It links you to universal knowledge. It can help you understand yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions. To access this knowledge, Pay attention to your dreams. Seek communication with your higher self and divinity. Follow your intuition and the dictates of your higher heart and mind. So what a great message. Back to back episodes, following your intuition. It's always the message, you guys, but seriously, just really turning up the volume right now. Everything spiritually right now is turning up the volume to tell you to do less and be more. So the ash is less about doing and more about being, about noticing. So pay attention to what's showing up in your life. Your outer world reflects your inner world. If you see things that you are not happy with, begin to make changes. Changes within will reflect in the outer world. Changes without will reflect in the inner world. So yeah, something's got to change. There's so many aspects of my life. It's just like, okay, something's got to change. Okay. It don't even matter where you start at this point. As long as you are making effort somewhere to change and to change up the possibilities and to get the energy moving perhaps in a different direction or moving faster. Like at this point, sometimes a tsunami is a blessing if it clears the fucking shit out of your life. You are also encouraged to participate in ritual and ceremony. That's what the little olive owl wanted you to do. Set up a little something for yourself. Even if you have to clear a shelf off in the bathroom towel cabinet and put a couple significant things there. Wherever you have space to do a little something where you stand each day, or you can remember to go to each day. So in my kitchen, there's this little cute little ledgy thing. And what it was meant for was to put a microwave. It's like this ledge right in front of your face. Yeah, because you want to stand there staring at whatever you're microwaving. I don't own a microwave. So what I do, and I don't want one, and everybody tries to give me a fucking microwave, and I don't want a microwave. What I do want there are things that I can stare at that do me good. I have a smoky quartz crystal, and I did have a vase there for a while that held money, and now I just have my music and a little picture that says, ain't nobody got time for that, and there's a time plant. But I like to sometimes put stones there. For a while I had a couple seashells, and you can rotate it up and mix it up. But that is a perfect little sacred cubby space that I could spruce up. I could utilize it more. I could bring in some new energy to help me change it up. So it's little things like that, little rituals, little ceremonies. You could seek your spiritual community online or offline if you've got access to that. If you've been immersed in grief, reach out to your community for help so you don't drown in your own sorrows. And I was surprised to see that there was a local grief group getting started in my area. And I thought that was really cool. Basically, though, if you are in pain emotionally, energetically, physically, know that this will pass. Okay? Know that this will pass too. Now, on another aspect, if you're involved in a project that you've been wanting to complete, you've put in long hours in seclusion, and I don't know, you're like me and you can finally see completing some long-term projects. You may have to put in long hours in seclusion. You might need to block out the world for some time. That's okay. It's okay to do that. Sometimes you choose aloneness, okay? And so you might feel a little lonely, but it will be worth it to bring your work to fruition. And most of the time I say I'm alone, but not lonely. No, I'm not. I am not. Did you see that little thing I put on my YouTube? It was just like a little funny story, cute, quick, and it said, "Am I single and alone? Oh yeah, I'm single, but alone as in leave me alone." Yeah, sometimes you have to put up the boundaries and say, leave me alone so I can get my fucking work done this time. Enough with distractions. Enough. So, on another hand, Ash just wants to throw in real quick that it might be time to help someone else. And in doing that, that is a good remedy for your own sadness. It's a great balm to help another. So if you want to literally help someone else, it could help yourself. You know, like I'm helping you because it is literally helping me. I got to do something for somebody. And guess what? You think you got it bad? Get your ass out in the world. There are people out there suffering worse than you. And it's like kind of a good slap in the face, kind of wake me up, but it might just be exactly what you need to get the fuck off your pity party. Embrace your feminine side and your intuition, your deep sympathetic nature, your empathy, and your ability to feel. Ash says choose healing and spiritual experience over indulgence and escapism. So no more running away. No more drowning your sorrows with booze and cigarettes and chocolate. I'm sorry, but you gotta look at what's actually making you sad. You gotta look at it. Only you can heal yourself. And now is the time to choose healing and spiritual experience over everything, because it is everything. I am the stately Ash. I have come to tell you that it is safe to dive into your interior world. Here you can receive guidance, healing, and assurance. If you find that you are not moving forward, try to practice patience and keep your intuitions clear. Sometimes you are asked to wait for the perfect alignment between the right moment and what you desire. Check in. When you create a strong and loving field, you draw to you what it is you desire, because like attracts like. Sometimes restraint is necessary as the universe lines up the building blocks for what you want to manifest. I am here to teach you patience and faith. Sometimes you are asked to mend fences or clean up your act before things can fall into place. Forgiving self and others is important. Try to find the time to help someone else. This is the best medicine for a broken heart. Yeah, so give everyone the gift of reflecting light back to them. Help other people by helping yourself change. When you demonstrate that you can change and you can heal and you can release pain and you can shed tears, and then you can shed more tears that are of joy because you've moved on, you've moved the energy, that is a gift to demonstrate to everyone else. You will inspire people who lay eyes on you. So yes, Ash is here to say it's safe to dive within. White Willow is saying always reflect light. Olive is reminding you that sanctity and spirituality over everything. Connect. And Gooseberry is here to remind our naughty children to watch out for the Gooseberry Wife. But you can't change anything outside of you without first changing you. Now, changing things outside of you will help within you, but I'm just telling you from my own personal fucking experience, the work we need to be doing is within, and that creates all the possibilities in the world.